So I think I'm going to do something slightly different now. Every time I've played Total War in the past and recorded it, it's been multiplayer, but I think I'm going to try and do a few custom battles in single player. Mostly a sort of survival situation where the AI has got a lot more troops than I have. I'm going to try and do it once with each faction, so it sort of combines a battle with a sort of faction overview sort of thing. And yeah, like the first faction I'm going to choose I think would be my personal favourite faction in Gondor, and we'll just go through each faction, and maybe I'll sort of tailor the map to suit each faction that I'm playing as more often. So for instance, when I get to Rohan it'll probably be a more open map so I can take advantage of their cavalry. But I'll set up the battle and I'll see you there. So after grappling with the game's weird spawns, I think I've found a battle which I can actually fight reasonably against two bigger armies than myself. So I'll be playing against two full stacks of Mordor and Gundabad on the Beacon of Gondor. Unfortunately I'm on the wrong side for this to be lore friendly, and I'm fighting downhill, which means I'm going to have even more of a disadvantage than I would like. But regardless, we're going to see how this goes. I'm going to set up, in the most annoying way possible if you play an online battle, which is to say, I'm just going to box up really. Right, you guys can go into guard mode. But yeah, I was playing on a river crossing battle and it spawned one of the three armies I was trying to use in the hills, and they died instantly and it wasn't really working out. Anyway, what makes Gondor so good on the defense really is the fact that they managed to get over Medieval 2's disdain of the polearm unit. To which to say, for the most part in this mod, and in Medieval 2 in general, heavy infantry is king. But Gondor manages to get over some of these problems pretty well with their polearms. The Guards of Osgiliath are very good, the Citadel Guard are very good, the Fountain Guard are pretty exceptional. But, the criticism of that is that their polearms are all very high tier and very expensive, with the exception really of the Gondor Spearmen, which is more reasonable. And you're paying a lot for a unit which is still, statistically inferior to a lot of the other units, which is why people will often say that Arnor is the better faction to Gondor. But, we'll see how this goes. Where do I want my... I'll just skip to the end of this deployment from now. So I'm going to set up like this, because I think it's more likely that a whole army is going to come from this direction, and hopefully the other army will come down the centre towards my army this way. If not, then I'll reposition a little bit while the battle is going on. And of course they're over on this side, which means I'm going to need to do some reforming of my position. You guys don't fire at will. Right, right, the Citadel Guard can... Honestly, you guys can shield wall it up over here. Right, so that is the Orcs of Gundabad, so that's the less threatening army. I mean, it's still going to be a bit of a pain to... Let's reform this a little bit. I'm interested to see how the AI goes about this, because I haven't given them any archers, because the idea behind this is I want to see how much punishment Gondor can take. And I haven't given them any siege either, because otherwise, my formation will just be disrupted. So it's not the most scientific test in the world, because obviously, everyone's going to bring archers in siege to a situation like this. But the onus is going to be on them to attack. They are downhill though. And Mordor does have a unit of Olag High, and Nazgul as well. I've not skimped off on Mordor's army at all. The Orcs of Gundabad army is relatively weak, provided they just charge into my lines. They should end up breaking pretty quickly. Still out of range of my trebuchet. Okay, so this unit of Swan Knights can go over here. This unit of Swan Knights I think we're going to need to put over here. It's kind of a makeshift noob box. You guys can... Hold on. Yeah, that'll do. Just move the Skilltron out a little bit further. Are they in the mood to attack, or are they just going to sit there? Ugh, I'm going to have to move up my trebuchet, aren't I? And actually start forcing them to come in, which is a real pain. But I can't really ask people to multiplayer this. We prefer to actually have real battles in multiplayer rather than just sort of... Oh, right, they're coming. Right, stop. Excellent. Right. So, first things first. Gondor archers. You guys need to get ready to fire down on these orc bands. Now my trebuchet is out of position. Fucking hell. Right, you in the mood to, you know, move? You can just fire from there. You can turn around where you are. Just want to get more and on guard. This is going to be a rather challenging situation, particularly wherever their Olag High are. Maybe it'd be a good idea to try and route this army over here with my cav. Let's do that. Gundabad's army is weaker. As for you guys, you appear to be trying to wrap around. Right. Yeah. You trolls need to be dealt with all possible haste. But you know, if you're going into the Skilltron, then well, they do seem to just be charging into my lines, which is relatively comforting. Like, you guys need to get back here. They're retreating, which is a strange one. This is going to be a problem. These Olag High just do not die. Mountain Guard, you guys go in there. Although as soon as I deal with the Olag High, I am feeling a little bit more confident about my chances of dealing with them. Like Goblin Band. I just need to keep my you guys can just kill them. What are you doing? Oh, they're going that way. Okay. Fine. Oh no, we caught them. Good. Maybe it'd be a good idea to bring my cav back until I can actually get in around them. Looks like they're trying to wrap around anyway. Right, good. The Olag High are dying. This is our guard are handily winning. Let's deal with this, shall we? You guys can fire at this. Still got a unit of Gondor infantry in reserve, should I need to deploy them. Which I think I'm going to at some stage, because they are roughing around me. Trebuchet doesn't seem to even fire, does it? Ah, I'll say that. And it just killed a ton of my own guards of Osgiliath. You fools. Right, what more orders? Charge. They are wrapping around, so Goblin Band. Gonna need to deal with them with some Gondor infantry. Well, actually, they seem to be... We'll keep them here for the moment. Fire at those guys on the hill. Citadel Guard have taken virtually no casualties. To be expected when they're in guard mode and they're in shield wall, I suppose. Those are all my orders as well. Okay, let's get our Swan Knights out of there, keep doing cycle charges. A little bit concerned about this area over... Yeah, defeat seems certain, we need to patch that up with all possible haste. And you guys, you need to fire over this direction. The trebuchet's not really in its ideal position, honestly. I can't really attack these guys because it's on the hill. Okay. Come on. Stop getting caught. Oh, fuck me. They're going to reach my archers. I mean, they're getting mown down pretty handily, but... And they're routing, good. Right. Use my horses to plug up that gap. Victory is almost a certainty. Yeah, this area over here is where I'm concerned. GONDOR front. Not enough of my quality units were spent over here, I fear. Like, you guys can attack these orc fellas. They're routing, they're going to route into my lines. It's a bit of a shame. Right. You guys attack these guys. What are my archers doing? You attack those Uruks, you can fire into there. Actually, you know what? You can fire over at these hillmen, and you can fire into there. Well, we've got a massive route over here. Hopefully this means I can start to wrap my troops around. Just a few more good hits with the trebuchet. This is where I'm a little bit concerned. The line appears to be thinning pretty badly. As long as my Swan Knights can remain alive and rout this unit of Goblin Band. That's a spear unit, isn't it? Okay, let's get out of there and do some hammer and anvil onto the backs of these, so that my Swan Knights and my Spearmen don't die instantly. I need to kill them.
They have lost half their
Okay,
men.
so that's one of the enemy factions that's lost half their men, which I'm assuming is going to be Mordor. Yeah, these infantry are not going to hold out for much longer. That's his general. That would be a boon to kill. Like, Athelian Rangers are doing a lot of damage though. Okay, let's try and kill his general. The morale loss that GONDOR would suffer would be too good to pass up, really. And I'm starting to wrap around here. My archers have broken ranks for some reason. Right, what's my Fountain Guard doing? They're in the front lines. My Citadel Guard are... You know, my Guards of Osgiliath and my Citadel Guard have... I think most of that's come from friendly fire, hasn't it? Yeah, we need to stop doing that. We need to fire over here. Snaga Stalkers, not too concerned about that. Still over here, well, defeat has become a distinct possibility now, so... I think the tide is very much turning in my favour.
Good tidings. The enemy general lies
Ah, good.
dead.
Oops. Yeah, the Swan Knight's doing fine. They've taken some losses, but that's bad actually. You guys shoot them, and you shoot them. They've managed to get around, which they were always going to eventually. But these Skiltrons, they should hold. I mean, that's what they're for. They can hold from all directions. So it seems very weird that they would choose to attack here. We still have infantry holding here. This is how bad Snug are. They outnumber them so badly. Yeah, you fire into there. You guys fire there. Ah, right, you are infantry now. Right, we've won on this front. Excellent. So, Fountain Guard. Right, so where are my citadel going? You guys go there. They're routing. Good. You fire up there. You guys fire into these guys. You fire into them. This unit of infantry is not doing so well, but I'm still going to charge them in. You guys get out Skiltron and charge into these guys. So much routing. But yeah, the tide is very much turned in my favour at this point. Right, pikemen, move the line up.
Only half the enemy force remains.
Fountain Guard, you can go around here. You guys fire off into these.
For the moment, the fortune of battle goes our way. Let's pray it remains as such.
Like my Swan Knights are not doing so fantastically anymore. You guys out of Skiltron as well. Let's push up. You guys can go here. You are out of ammo as well. You guys are routing.
Our general lies slain upon the
That's
battlefield.
not fantastic, but my Fountain Guard were in combat, so I can't really complain too much. Right. You attack. You archers are available, so to start we need to get some sort of cohesive battle line going on again. You guys can charge. Trebuchet's still not out of ammo, so we need to use them. Both Snaggers are broken. Get the Athelian Rangers to run. Okay, now let's get you guys around the enemy. Hillmen. Swan Knights are losing. Not fantastic. Okay, right.
If
So
we continue like this, we will smash the
I think
enemy.
it might be time to get these guys out of shield wall and guard mode and just have them attack. Right, that's terrible what my trebuchet is currently doing. You guys can attack routing troops. They're routing. They're routing. They're routing.
The enemy army
Everything
flees
is
the
routing.
field. Pursue and run them down.
Well, that didn't go too badly. I lost not even half my troops, and I was fighting uphill against far superior numbers. And that really demonstrates how good Gondor's pole arms are, because on the front with Mordor, despite them using their Olag High, which did cause a bit of a problem early on, they just held off and they didn't crumble at all. Whereas on this front, where I had less pole arms and I only had a couple of
Our men have
Skiltrons,
slain the enemy general. Without him, his troops will lose.
there
the
was
fight.
a lot more of a problem. They were wrapping around and I had to use my cavalry to its potential, really. They still haven't got all their troops routed though, okay? It's hard to tell. No, there's some Nazgul over here, so let's get the Rangers to help the Fountain Guard with that. Let's see, shall we? Where are the Nazgul? There they are. Not doing so great against the Fountain Guard. They can be good, but not when they're used like this. Like, the AI doesn't know how to use the Nazgul, and a lot of times I've tried to use the Nazgul, I've misused them as well. But we'll get to that whenever I play the Mordor survival that I'm going to do. Probably do Mordor next, actually. Go between the good and the evil factions. And Mordor is quite possibly the best evil faction. Depends really what you like to do. Let's speed this up. This is where the Nazgul actually do very well. They last for a very long time. There we go. So we'll end the battle. Enormous amount of kills, as expected. Which the Athelian Ranger is getting over 600. And they got the highest. The Trebuchet was honestly a bit of a liability. It wasn't the best situation to use it in, because it was going uphill. The dismounted Swan Knights did very well. The Guards of Osgiliath held the line, and that's really all they need to do. Like, pikes will very rarely get a huge amount of kills. All my archers did very well. The majority of my infantry got high kills. The Citadel Guard held as well. And the Fountain Guard did very well. Yeah, that's pretty much what I expected. Yeah, you know, Gondor are my favourite faction for that reason. They can hold seemingly forever, and they have units which can be used on the attack as well. The Swan Knights did very well. And I think next we'll try Mordor. Maybe a different faction, but something on the evil faction. Maybe Isengard instead, I don't know. I'll make up my mind soon.